community health, is important with regards to mental health. I'm Dr. Ebony Lambito Alisa Devesa, and I will be discussing community mental health. So, communities are critical areas for the promotion of mental health and psychosocial well being. They are where people spend at least half of their time since they live near each other. Community members affect each other's life whether they like it or not, or whether we like it or not. So, communities are really critical areas for promotion of mental health because in a community it is actually formed with regards to families, and these families are the basic unit of the society. So take note of that. So the community should be a focal point in the promotion of healthy lifestyle among all population groups living in it. So families, the children, adolescents, young adults, middle-aged adults, and older people. Any generations is actually affected by mental health. The community should be a focal point in the promotion, again, of healthy lifestyle among all population groups. So this is actually important because we should all know that mental health doesn't only affect those who are adult, those who are adolescent. Nowadays, there are actually increased suicide with regards to adolescent years from 10 years old to 19 years old. But also take note that healthy individuals make up a healthy community. So we have to be healthy as well. And in turn, a healthy community should ensure the health of its various populations. So strategies for promotion of mental health in the community must be relevant. So sustainable and caters responsive to the needs of its members. So that is actually community mental health. So there are actually a lot of organizations that help with regards to community activities. So we have actually community-based mental health and wellness activities. So it must be relevant and sustainable. It must be for long term and responsive to the need of its members. It should lead to establishment of support groups for each of the population group in the community. So it is also important that we have actually team leaders or core groups in the community that would facilitate this kind of support groups. It should provide include provision of sports, recreation facilities to encourage interpersonal relations and foster camaraderie. Sportsmanship. It must include teaching of stress management techniques to community groups. So stress management is very important to all of us. How much more in the community who is now actually facing a lot of crisis, and we actually doctors, psychiatrists teach these stress management techniques to these people who needs our help. So psychiatry is not only about regards to psychosis, but also how to live a healthy lifestyle. Building support groups. The establishment of support groups for each of the population groups in the community is an important approach in the community organizing, which community leaders can adapt. So barangay officials can actually establish these support groups for each of the population groups. We have a lot of barangays in a lot of zones in each barangays. Each of these population groups can then take the lead in the promotion of mental health and psychosocial well-being that best suits their needs and realities. So these population groups is actually can be a small group at first, and then we can increase the number of members in each group. Parenting seminars. Parenting is actually crucial with regards to mental health. It can focus on the strengthening of the family as the basic unit of society. So it is in families where individuals are born and grow, and healthy families are in better position to produce healthy children who would later compose a healthy community. As I have discussed on my previous videos and slides, anxious parents can actually produce anxious children, okay? So depressed parents are actually risk factors to have depressed children, okay? So families are also considered to be a person's primary support group. So if you have a very good support group is it actually helps with regards to your mental health. So promotion of mental health and psychosocial well-being should necessarily involve the family. So again, family is the basic unit of our society. So if you want to build better mental health for the community, then we also have to focus on the families who are actually part of this community. So a necessary component of parenting seminar should be lectures on human growth. Okay, what is a natural milestone of a child, of an adult, of an adolescent, and development through which the participants will broaden their knowledge, not only about children, but also about themselves and their parents. Okay, so this is a necessary component of parenting seminars. So take note of this because it is really important for you to know that parenting is really crucial with regards to building a healthy children, having a good emotional quotient. Okay, workshops on the development milestone of children will help parents better appreciate the behaviors of children in various stages of development. So we cannot actually say that a child is very mischievous or the child is doing bad behavior if during that milestone it is actually normal for the child. For example, toddlers can have tantrums, but this is the time that we have to teach children how to have self-control. So, workshops with regards to developmental milestone is very crucial, and it will actually help not only the parents, but to the children as well. When integrated with good child rearing, okay, practices, this could then translate into enabling them to better help their children achieve developmental tasks at each stage of development. It would help them become not only good parents but also best friends of their children, okay? In a way that they can actually be a good influence to their children because they are being good enough, okay, good enough parents, okay, like a good enough mother, okay, to a child, because the needs of children must be actually given to them during those different milestones. So a host of other topics that could be beneficial to parents, such as nutrition, hygiene and sanitation, exercise, prevention of communicable diseases, management of common illnesses, and home management. So this can also be discussed with regards to a healthy lifestyle, okay? So nutrition, hygiene, and sanitation, exercise, these are actually important to our mental health. Prevention of communicable diseases. So mental health and physical health actually goes hand in hand. So planning the specifics of these workshops and seminars should be done together with the end users. So who will receive or who will benefit during these seminars and workshops? So the community members themselves. Okay, they should be actually involved with regards to planning of these workshops and seminars. So the organizers would know if it will actually help in the community or it will not help at all. Okay, so planning the specifics of these workshops and seminars. So other population groups in the community have their own mental health and psychosocial needs. Okay, next to parents, communities should provide adequate attention to children. Okay, communities, okay, people in the community, the neighbors, okay, the barangay officials, other members of the community. So while good parenting is important, children also have psychosocial needs, which only the community can provide. So they have to socialize. We are actually social beings. So it is important for us to socialize with other people. So we also improve our emotional quotient, okay? So safety and security, it is actually part of Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So children must be able to eat, play, sleep, okay, pursue activities needed for their growth, okay, development in environments that do not pose danger to their health and well-being. So children must be given a proper nutrition, play, okay, they can play with other children, okay, or play with the families at home, okay, with their parents, have enough sleep, okay. They have to actually sleep as early as 9 or 10 p.m. and then can wake up at 6 7 a.m. okay. So caring and attention is actually crucial also to children. So the home or our house and the school should not be the only places where children are cared for and given adequate attention. So other institutions in the community must also be child friendly, like the church, okay. We are actually have organizations that the members are actually children, in the groceries, in the stores. So how can we lead the children, or how can we show a good or proper conduct to children if we don't actually show it in any areas of this community, okay. Building personal competence and self-esteem, okay, among children is a concern where the community can help parents, okay. They have to build their own self-esteem. They have to know how to decide what's best for themselves and to build their personal competence, because if they have self-confidence, they will actually be empowered that they can do things that can help others as well as themselves. Okay, allowing children to participate in community projects and recognizing their contributions. Okay, child to child approach recognize the value of children in influencing their peers. Thus, whenever possible, these approaches should be utilized. Okay, so encourage them to become models of good manners and right conduct that can foster conscientiousness and dependability. So you have to recognize the good behavior of children and not give the attention to them if they're actually misbehaving. So the right approach is to have that positive reinforcement, acknowledge and give reward to good and proper behavior. There can also be support groups for people, okay? So, providing facilities for the sports and recreation, the provision of these facilities and sports and recreation is likewise also important, okay? So, there can also provide venues to encourage interpersonal relations. Okay, mental health is actually more about our emotional quotient. So, it's interpersonal relations and foster camaraderie among neighbors. Okay, so that's very important as well. So we have a good relationship not only at home but also to our neighbors and those who are members of the community as well. Okay, this is especially significant among the adolescents and young adults who are actually developing their own self-identity and also intimacy with the opposite sex or other young adults. They will have a lot of excess energy to spend. Okay, its role in keeping them away from risk-taking behaviors such as substance abuse, gambling, and has been well documented. So peer group influence is actually crucial with regards to these stages of milestone of these people. Okay, communities may also hold community events such as sports tournaments, neighborhood outings, bingo socials, beauty and popularity for various age groups in the community. Okay, if it's feasible. Okay, weekly exercise programs such as aerobics and dance classes can promote physical activity as well as a form of stress management. So go on with your Zumba, with your daily routine of exercises, and also interpersonal activities that can promote our psychosocial well-being. Okay, so communities may also hold okay, that's the activities that we have to know. Okay, so thank you for your time. Okay, God bless.